And there is the business right next to the 6.2 acres. It's a fertilizing plant for the local farmers. So right here, going up the hill in that tree line, is the beginning of the 6.2 acres. And it goes way down there. And we just had this all brush hogged right before winter set in, and had it all cleared out. So we're in pretty good shape. And those houses at the back are obviously the back of the property line, and there's a subdivision back there that is about 50 houses. So, and it just backs right up to this property. So this property is really unique because it's on Lakeville Road and also Route 15. So a good thoroughfare. I mean, you could build both residential and business here. It's actually zoned for business, but the city of Avon gave us a letter saying that with an approved business, you could also build a residential on this site. So your commute would be practically nothing. And just a great property. When we talk to local real estate experts and realtors, if it was used for business and sold as a commercial business site, you could get a lot of money. You know, $850 million, they said, for other sites similar to this in the area have sold for that. And if you sold it for residential, they said, about, 175 to 250,000. So I don't know, how it would be sold. I guess it really depends on what you would use it for. But if you used it for the current zoning, the business, and asked for a residential, then it'd be kind of a mixed use, and that affects the value. If it's just sold for business, then it's whatever the business would pay for 6.2 acres. But those are good sites for, Walmarts or big, not big, but medium size, strip centers. So, okay, we're going to go in town and take a little look around in town and give you an idea of what the historic city of Avon is like. Okay. And here we're just driving into the town of Avon. So, beautiful houses. This is Main Street in Avon. This town was started in the 1700s, very well established, and just has beautiful mix of new homes and historic homes throughout the whole town, and mixed with some farmers, and just a beautiful area. And one of the best things about Avon is that it is very close to Rochester. We're on between the properties between exits 8 and 9 on Interstate 390. Just jump. I think it may be 20 minutes. Look at the bottom of this video, and I'll actually Google it, how far it is from the property to Rochester. And here we're just entering the town of Avon. And we're coming in to get some, it's only about 2 miles to town, not even a mile and a half to town, but we're coming in to get some yellow paint so we can mark the road. Just look down on the pavement, and we'll have the road marked. And there is Tops. There's lots of shopping around here. Tops supermarkets, CVS, mobile gas station, McDonald's right there. So lots of shopping, just a mile and a half to 2 miles, something like that, from the property. And I'm looking for a hardware store that I can get a can of spray paint to mark the road, so that you kind people can find the property once you come out and look at this amazing opportunity. So they got hardware stores and Dollar Generals and all that, just again within a mile or maybe a mile and a half of the property. So just well situated, lots of shopping you could need for nothing, and everything's located extremely close to the property at 2261 Lakeville Road. McDonald's. This I ate breakfast at this morning. It's peppermints family restaurant, and really just really great food. Really, this is Main Street, and down both sides of the road are these beautiful, well-maintained 2-story 1900 houses. And you're right here, right in the heart of it. So no obscure properties. We only sell quality A1 properties, and just in beautiful, beautiful areas. Look at those buildings. All built in early 1900s, late 1800s. Opera Block, town of Avon. So that's the town of Avon building, and you can see there is built in 1876. Avon Fire Department, one of them. There's actually another one just out right by the property. Lots of really cool old churches. And people just really love this town. It's got that small town feel. You know, everybody takes care of everybody, and it's, again, situated really amazingly right by Interstate 390, so you can get to Buffalo or just about, you know, anywhere in Western New York State very conveniently. This is the far side of town, Junction 39, you can see right there. And if we make a left here, oh, there it is right there. Buffalo is 55 miles, right there in the sign. Caledonia 6 miles, Canandaigua is 24 miles. So really centrally located to all the Finger Lakes, amazing recreational areas, and Honey Eye Lake. All the Finger Lakes are right around here. I mean, just a hop and a skip to any Finger Lake you want to go to for recreation. Lots of state parks. There's industry everywhere. There's an industrial park. And one of the major employers is right there, Barilla. Pasta sauces, pastas, and all that. That employs, look how huge that place is if you can see it. Employs a lot of people in town. So, and I'm going to put a picture, bloop, right here of what it looks like when it's summertime. So there it says, "Welcome to Caledonia." So that was not too far of a drive. Route 20, we make a left. Route 5 that we're on, we keep going straight. And again, the property is 2261 Lakeville Road, which is the same as Route 15 in Avon, Florida. So there, if you could see that sign, is a sign saying Caledonia, 5 miles that way, even though we just came into the city of Caledonia. Munford is straight, 8 miles, and Buffalo is make a left here, 54 miles. So Rochester is obviously closer than Buffalo is. This is the other side of Avon, and you know, community banks and churches and historical buildings, lots of them, gigantic churches everywhere. Today is Sunday, so it's church day. There's another church right across the street. Just really beautiful neighborhood, as you can tell. What I love most really is all the historical homes. Just all of these are like really well maintained early 1900 homes throughout Avon, and you know, you find a lot of communities in Western New York State with old 1900 colonial type homes, but not in this great a condition. Look at that beautiful brick home. Just like people really take pride in this city to maintain both their homes, but the culture and the historic value of all these amazing properties. Look at that big, beautiful colonial historical property. Really amazing. And, I think one of the best things is that even though these houses are absolutely gorgeous, is just being slightly on the outside of town. I mean, literally just a minute or two to town here, gives you the ability not to be stacked in here, right next to each other, and having, some land, some breathing room to build and put your business out there, and have plenty of parking for your RVs and boats and all the recreational stuff that you'll be using in this area. So, if you had 6.2 acres just here 1 minute away, you couldn't afford it. It would be very expensive. We just made a right onto Lakeville Road, which is Route 15. And just want to show you the neighborhood here. Very, very respectable. Lots of good size businesses mixed with amazing residential properties. And that's what's great about this property. The city gave us, and you'll see it right here, a letter that gives it business zoning, but with the right, if the city of Avon approves your business, Travel Lodge, a nice little, very clean hotel. And the city said that if you, when they give you approval for the business, that you would like to start here, they'll also possibly give you a residential build. So what they really want to do is kind of develop. This is all residential right now, pretty much all residential, 85-90% residential. But they'd like to see a little bit more business just outside of town. Like, again, it's a minute to a minute and a half to town, and they just want to develop this area and have small mom and pop shop businesses like that one. Industrial Contractors Inc. And then right across the street we have another one, Cook Enterprises. And then just a lot of residential mixed in here. Just beautiful, nice residential homes. There's another business. And then there is the closest home to the property. Beautiful two-story historical. And there's our property right there across the street. Another beautiful home. And our property, again, starts right here. So right even with that subdivision back there. So right there it starts, and right in line with that subdivision back there, and then goes all this way. I'm doing 30 miles an hour. It might not look like it in the camera, but goes all this ways, and we have all this property right to the back of those houses. All those houses on like quarter-acre lots, and this is 6.2 acres. That goes all the way up here to right here on the tree line, and it's right next door to the agriculture fertilizing plant. So on the road, we're going to turn around. On the road, I'm going to be marking right here. I'll put a picture, yellow arrow mark, so you can get a good idea when you drive out here of where the property is actually situated at. And it's about 1,100 linear feet of road frontage. So if you look down here at the bottom of the video, you'll see the actual depth and road frontage given off of Avon or Livingston County records. Okay. There is a subdivision directly behind the 6.2 acres on 2261 Lakeville Road. And just a nice little subdivision, probably, I would think, about maybe 50 houses directly behind it. So whether you just want to build a house and have instead of one of these small quarter-acre lots, have a gigantic lot, 6.2 acres, residential lot with a building business. And there is the property right in the backside of those houses. Can't really see it, and these are all the beautiful houses. The whole length is where the 6.2 acres is at, and it ends right there with that house. So we'll just keep on going around the subdivision here, and I would guess this subdivision's about the same size as the property that we're selling. It's a nice little subdivision. It'd be really great to have, a 6.2 acre property. Now, just a reminder, that 6.2 acres is actually zone business, but Avon gave us a letter saying they'll give special zoning where you could build a residential home with an approved business. So that's kind of cool, where you could have a business right on 2261 Lakeville Road and also build your home, so your commute to work is nothing. So there we are. That's the subdivision directly behind the 6.2 acres. And here's your closest neighbor. So there's that house, and there is the 6.2 acres. And I'm going to back up, and we're going to take a look at the neighbors across the street so you have a good idea of what kind of neighborhood the 6.2 acres is in, which is absolutely amazing. The 6.2 acres is at 2261 Lakeville Road, Avon, New York. And it is really close to Interstate 390. So your commute to both Batavia, to Rochester, to Buffalo is extremely easy. So this is really well situated. And there's almost directly across the street, a beautiful home, probably on about 3 acres. Gorgeous. The next door neighbor, 2254, so that's almost directly across the street. Another gorgeous home. And there is your other next door neighbor directly across the street.